attracting students from Bahrain, the Gulf and beyond. RCSI Bahrain continues to lead and cultivate the brightest minds in medicine. The Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Bahrain, provides healthcare education and training that meets the highest international standards, including the World Federation for Medical Education. RCSI Dublin and the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland, Bahrain guarantee their students a premium education with first-class facilities. Whilst the college's curriculum originates in Ireland, RCSI is truly an international organisation, creating the best, producing the finest, and shaping the future doctors and nurses around the world.
The story of RCSI Bahrain begins really towards the end of 2003, when the government of Bahrain and the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland signed a memorandum of understanding which provided for setting up a medical university in Bahrain, and very significantly it also provided for access of our students and academic staff to the healthcare facilities within the kingdom.
RCSI chose Bahrain to set up a medical university because RCSI and Bahrain have had a long tradition of working together. For about 20 years, RCSI has run postgraduate courses and exams in Bahrain, and many Bahrainis have studied in the college in Dublin. Earlier this year, the President of Ireland, Mary McAleese, travelled to Bahrain to open this campus with His Highness the Prime Minister of Bahrain, and this indicates the strong regard that RCSI is held by in Ireland.
It's so good to be in your company on this glorious day, which is a proud day for both Ireland and Bahrain. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's a very important landmark too in the delivery of health care education in the Gulf region.
Well, the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland has been on the go for about 225 years. So that's a long time, but it's much more than old and venerable. It has learnt a lot in that period of time. It's learnt a great deal about surgical training, education, and more recently in research. And the college has learned throughout that period about establishing new dialogue with colleagues. It has learned a great deal about establishing and developing medical students. It's very much in tune with contemporary developments worldwide. And that information and that history makes it very ideally placed to establish a medical school in the Gulf region and in countries way beyond the shores of Ireland.
It transferred all that knowledge, all that wealth around the globe from Ireland to Bahrain, and then now merging the values of an Arabic culture into the values of an Irish culture and a Western culture. You can imagine what the wealth of values that it can bring.
It's also a not-for-profit organisation, which is very important, but it's independent in that it doesn't get government funding, and therefore it's free to follow its noble purpose.
We are recognised by National University of Ireland, and we have many external people who come to look at our program and assist the program and help us in improving the curriculum.
We benchmark our medical program against the World Federation of Medical Education Standards for Medical Education.
The college has, by a direct and specific policy, attempted to spread its activity to overseas countries. And that it's done that, in my opinion, in a very careful and sure-footed way. It's been very sensitive to local needs. It's been very careful to adapt to local cultures.
A combination of RCSI's own resources and borrowings were used to fund the university. The investment to date has been significant. Around $30 million has been invested in the setup costs of the university, and a further $65 million has been invested in this new campus. And the investment has allowed for state-of-the-art facilities for the students. For example, there's clinical skills laboratories with the most sophisticated of mannequins, so the students can gain expertise in clinical skills before going to the hospitals.
We use this facility to teach undergraduate skills to both medicine and nursing students. We have ambitions to increase the capacity to teach postgraduate courses for advanced nursing practice and for advanced surgical skills such as laparoscopy and endoscopy. This is the most advanced unit of its kind in Bahrain, and we have ambitious plans to become a regional centre of excellence.
Information technology is very important. All students receive a laptop when they join the university, and this building is Wi-Fi enabled. And technology plays a large part in the teaching through the VLE or virtual learning environment.
Our program, launched in October 2005, has gone significant changes from a traditional discipline-based model to a more outcome-based, integrated and modularized system.
The breakdown of our medical student population is roughly about 2/5 are from Bahrain, about 2/5 are from the other GCC countries, and the remaining 1/5 are from a whole range of countries, about 25 different countries. We have a very diverse student population, which I think is wonderful in the sense that students learn from other students about different cultures, different religions. They learn tolerance, they learn about differences. But in any event, if you take our overall student population, there's a very good mix of Bahraini people and people from the other GCC countries and from the wider world.
On the administration side, we have a number of talented Bahraini staff, and we also have other nationalities on the administration side. The policy of RCSI Bahrain would be to recruit the highest calibre staff, whether from Ireland, locally or internationally. But it's true to say that the majority of the full-time academic staff in RCSI Bahrain are Irish.
But I'm a graduate of Ireland myself, so I know the nursing education in Ireland. And I joined them, yes, in 2006. And we've moved very fast. We have now the bachelor program, we have the BSc bridging program, and we also have established a master program in the past 3 years.
We benchmark our academic programs against international norms. Really, it would be very difficult to see how a student would get a better education anywhere else.
In the medical school here are soundly and firmly based on clinical medical practice, aided and abetted by a view of innovation and perhaps research that will place them, ideally, one hopes, to be flexible and adaptable to practice medicine wherever they are.
Many young people come to nursing because they want to wear the white uniform, and that's it. So we make it very clear what is nursing and caring for sick people, and what rewards, more than financial reward, what do they get out of caring for sick people. So really, nursing from the old age until now always has been a popular profession, so you have no problem there.
The reason I chose RCSI Bahrain is because it's a world-renowned class institution that has been established several hundred years ago, and to be a part of that is just an honor.
RCSI gives me the opportunity to experience both medicine in the Arab world and medicine in the Western world.
It has a very good clinical program, and in the end you get an Irish medical degree, which with that you can practice medicine anywhere in the world.
The school in Ireland is the exact same education as here, except over here it's a lower student-to-teacher ratio, so you learn a lot more from the teachers.
It's the only university in the region that provide master program in nursing.
RCSI instructors are the best in their fields, and they try as hard as they can to provide us with the highest level of education and training.
It's a well-known university, well-known medical school, and located in the Kingdom of Bahrain, which is close by to my country, Kuwait.
The quality rewards that can't be measured is caring for the sick, and over the years I can transfer this information to the young people that it's much more than financial reward. When a sick person gets well, walks out the hospital, and when you have a new baby and you give the baby to the parents, there are huge rewards.
The teaching in the senior cycle is mainly clinical through attachments in our affiliated teaching hospitals, mainly the Salmaniya Medical Complex of the Ministry of Health, Bahrain Defense Hospital, and soon in the King Hamad General Hospital.
I think the college is really making a strong, purposeful and sure-footed effort to make sure that the doctors who train in the medical school here are soundly and firmly based on clinical medical practice.
I think there are wonderful opportunities for research, mainly because there are unique patterns of disease in Bahrain based on lifestyle issues, based on genetics, different from Dublin. On the other hand, in Dublin we have a wonderful research capability in terms of high technology methodologies in genetics and molecular medicine and translational research. I think we can marry the expertise in Dublin with the research opportunities in Bahrain to very good effect, and our strategy is really based on that form of collaboration.
In the near future, we're looking to introduce new programs in pharmacy, in dentistry, and in healthcare management and other specialties which will benefit Bahrain.
The most important reason that I send my children, as a parent, I'll be rest assured and secure that my children are being educated in a very, very, very high standard university. And I'll send them here, definitely.
As a medical student, I know the fact that studying medicine is a lifetime commitment. On the other hand, I do believe that there is more to life than medicine, and there is more to medicine than books.
I've had the opportunity to introduce Model United Nations to this university, and it has been greatly received by both the academic staff and the students.
I recommend any student to come and join the student council here. As we do have a strong student council, we've opened channels of communications between the student body and the administration. So we're always open to change, and we get changes by the students for the students.
The university is doing everything they can to take care of us. There's over 20 clubs and societies. The university is always sponsoring international nights, fashion shows, talent shows, marathons. Honestly, with all the studying, it's hard to keep up with everything.
It's an international college, and it is teaching medicine to the highest standard available in the world.
The college has, through very many years, attracted and supported medical students from all over the globe. And these doctors and surgeons, when they've gone back to their own countries, have been proud to be part of the college culture.